man. I was the quietest kid in the class, man.
So you're the shy guy. You don't talk, and it's interesting because when you said that, and fast forward to today,
Hmm.
I think back on every time that we've been in each other's presence, and I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, Nikia doesn't say anything unless he has something to actually say.
Yeah, I listen. I listen a lot. You know,
So
I do
so
listen.
how so how did you overcome that shyness? Because you're shy and then you're thrust into a profession where you're standing because you started in Freedom Theater. So you go
Right.
from head down in the back of the class, please don't call on me, to now
Hmm.
you're in front of an entire audience performing. How did you make that transition?
It was a lot of work, a lot of work on myself too. You know, because a lot of times with shyness and it's a self-esteem thing. It's a voice that you hear in your mind that constantly tell you that you're not good enough, that you can't do this, you can't do that. So over the years, I had to work on that voice. Just turning that voice off, tuning it down. It's still there. I got to fight it, but it's I know how to go. I know how to move forward with it. You know, so but again, it was a lot of training. Freedom helped me out a lot. Um, and then the constant repetition of doing shows and I'm gonna tell you, like, like a few times when I was younger, like the very first time I did an actual play, I just fell in love. It was just like a place where I could just escape. You know, I could escape for a few hours and not be myself. And it's kind of like it's honestly like a high. It's like you're always chasing that in a way. And it's nothing like hearing the words, you're booked, you got the job. you know, it's amazing, man. And it's like I constantly chase that, just that energy where I can just escape. Um, but it's all positive though. I get a chance to hold a mirror up to people
Mhm.
that's actually really walking in those shoes.
Right.
I could put the shoes on for a little while and take them off and go back to me. But holding a mirror up to somebody, and just like our film, when we did the film, um, was it, no, not
A
compromise,
child of God.
child of God,
Mhm.
and just the amount of responses that was under the post of how it helped somebody, it changed their life. It made them think differently, made them go apologize, or even the person that I played, the people that may have never saw themselves in that way,
Mhm.
and now they're creating relationships with their families now. But that's the beauty of art,
Yes.
and that's one of the reasons why I love this craft, man. I just love that.
Yeah, that was one of the most fulfilling things that I'd ever had the privilege of being a part of when I started reading all the comments on YouTube
Uh-huh.
surrounding the film, and you and Karen's absolutely amazing performances, and kids telling me, "Well, hey, I was going to," and this is no lie, folks. Kids were like, "Look, I was going to end my life, but then I watched this film, and I was like, look, I'm good, and I'm gonna
Wow.
stick around." And we had people at the screening. This one gentleman I remember came up to me. He said, "I haven't talked to my daughter in 3 years. I got to go home and I got to call her." He said,
See
"Because I
that?
can't." I say, and that is the beauty of art. So when you're
Hmm.
thinking that you don't have anything to offer, you just never know.